They won't send you a warning before they betray you. You'll see their smiles, shake their hands, and never suspect the storm brewing beneath the surface. Then, the moment your guard drops when you dare to show a hint of weakness, they strike. In this world, perception outweighs reality. You don't have to be shattered for them to break you. You only need to seem fragile. True power doesn't come from brute strength alone. It comes from mastering the art of being untouchable, not by proving you're invincible, but by convincing others that you are. To rise above, you must learn the brutal truth. Vulnerability is a weakness that invites destruction. Never reveal your pain, never let your cracks show. Instead, become a fortress of impenetrable calm. They don't attack you because you're weak. They attack because you appear weak. Strength is a mask, and it is your responsibility to wear it flawlessly. Bleeding in front of predators only paints a target on your back. Even if your blood runs cold inside, your exterior must burn with ruthless confidence. The world does not care about your suffering, it only reacts to what it sees. Pain is invisible unless you allow it to be seen. Every tear you show, every complaint you voice, is ammunition handed to your enemies. Suffer quietly, endure in silence. Every public display of struggle is a surrender of power. Speak less, observe more. Words are weapons, but only when wielded by others. The more you talk, the more you reveal your thoughts, your intentions, your vulnerabilities. Silence, on the other hand, is a shield. It cloaks your plans, confuses your opponents, and leaves them guessing. Unpredictability is the currency of power. The silent move last and strike hardest. Emotion is a trap. The moment you let feelings govern your choices, you become easy prey. Emotional people act on impulse, beg forgiveness, and regret their decisions. You, however, must think beyond the moment. Replace "how do I feel" with "what do I gain." Strategy triumphs over kindness. To survive and dominate, you must abandon the need to be liked. There is no honor in being loved if it makes you weak. Fear demands obedience. Respect commands power. When people fear disappointing you, they obey. When they love you too much, they use you. Your presence must be respected, not adored. That respect will keep your enemies at bay. Guard your access like a fortress guards its gates. The more people can reach you, the easier it is for them to study your movements, your weaknesses, your patterns. Be friendly but distant, present but elusive. Show your shadow more than your face. Legends are not overexposed. They are mysterious, unreadable, untouchable. Destroy the illusion of vulnerability. If others believe you can be hurt, they will try. But if you become a mirror reflecting nothing, a storm no one can predict, they will hesitate, and hesitation is power. Power thrives not on truth, but on perception. People are lazy, they accept appearances and never look deeper, so control your image, control the world's perception of you, and you control how you are treated. Most people expose too much. They overshare their struggles, defend their actions, seek sympathy. That is weakness. You owe no one your truth. Your identity is your weapon. Craft it carefully. Be cold and competent to earn respect. Be silent and threatening to inspire fear. Every word, every gesture, every look must serve a calculated purpose. Reveal nothing without reason. Your power lies in being unreadable. Once someone understands you fully, they begin to find weaknesses. Never let them see the full picture. Always leave a piece of the puzzle missing. Let them guess, let them doubt, let them wonder. Fear grows in the dark, in uncertainty, in silence. People are manipulated by appearances more than facts. Use this to your advantage. Appear calm when you are storming inside. Act decisive when you are unsure. Smile like an ally when plotting revenge. Deception is a survival skill, not a cruelty. In a world where perception is everything, image is the only truth. Untouchable individuals do not beg to be seen for who they truly are. They present only what serves them best, an image of strength, mystery, and control. Their posture, their words, their presence are all intentional. There is no room for accidents. Every signal you send carries a message. Choose your signals with precision. Enter every room like a threat. Speak like a consequence. Let your silence burn like a warning. You are no longer just a person, you are a presence. Presence makes people hesitate, second, guess, falter. Perception is the leash or the sword. Control it, and you become untouchable. Lose it, and you become prey. Build your image like a fortress. Hide your weaknesses behind silence and strength. Hide your intentions behind confidence and mystery. Make sure every version of yourself others see terrifies them enough to never test the real one. Loyalty is a beautiful word, but also a weapon used to control. True loyalty is rare and transactional. People are loyal to interests, not to you. When your value drops, loyalty disappears. Don't depend on loyalty. Depend on power. Stop building emotional bonds. Start building leverage. Leverage keeps people in line. If someone respects you because they like you, they will betray you when the mood changes. But if they respect you because they fear consequences, they remain loyal, even if they despise you. This is the unspoken truth few admit. Power bends behavior. Don't be fooled by kind words or long friendships. Many wait patiently for the moment to strike. Stay 10 steps ahead. Control what others need. Make yourself indispensable or dangerous. Hold the rope, never be the one dangling. Never trust loyalty blindly. Trust power dynamics. Keep people close but keep the upper hand. Give enough to make them dependent, but never enough to make you dependent. If someone does you a favor, repay it with strength. Never beg, never owe. Always keep the power to walk away. The one who leaves is the one in control. Emotional attachment is the enemy of strategy. You may love, but never let love blind you. Observe carefully. The most dangerous enemies are often disguised as allies, waiting for you to lower your guard. The untouchable build alliances, not friendships. They prepare for betrayal because ambition, jealousy, and fear always lurk beneath the surface. They make no promises they cannot break. They believe in timing, control, and options, and that mindset keeps them undefeated. Blind loyalty is weakness. Let others swear allegiance, say they will never turn, smile, nod, but prepare. When betrayal comes, you will not beg or plead. You will already have a replacement, already hold the upper hand. Hesitation is a luxury the powerful cannot afford. Emotion is a weapon your enemies want you to wield against yourself. Feeling clouds thought. Strategy requires clarity. Strike only when the strike guarantees control. Let anger fuel preparation, not rash action. Let betrayal inspire silence and strategy, not tears or threats. Your enemy must never know how deeply they affect you. If they believe they shook you, they have already won. But if you stay calm, precise, and unflinching, they begin to doubt. Doubt is your weapon. Become the person who smiles while planning a calculated strike, not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. When you strike, strike to end the threat. Half measures invite future wars. Don't ask, don't warn, just act. Remove peace from the board. Your enemies must fear your next move, not hope for mercy. This is not about violence, it is about dominance. Silence their voice, break their influence, destroy their standing until they crawl. The untouchable don't play fair. They play to end the game, sabotage them utterly, lie about you, make the truth louder and harsher. Steal your chance, take everything they hoped for and crush it beneath your progress. This is not pettiness, it is finality. Emotional people hesitate, the untouchable do not. They know if the enemy lives, they will return stronger. So they eliminate all options. The mind of the untouchable is both beast and ruler, one that strikes without fear and plans without mercy. Calm, emotionless, lethal. Never act in heat, wait, observe. Plan, then move with cold precision. No drama, only results. Victims beg for sympathy. You demand respect through strength. Guilt is a tactic to disarm you. Your only responsibility is your position. Mercy is not owed to those who attack. Do not explain your moves. Execute silently. The best strikes leave no warning and no trace. When you act, act like nothing happened. Let the world wonder how it all fell apart. Let your enemies sit in the silence of your aftermath. That silence is louder than any scream. Untouchable minds don't seek approval. They don't justify, defend, or complain. They eliminate problems and move forward. This is strategy, not servitude to emotion. Detach from outcomes. Don't seek revenge for relief. Seek victory for control. Every retaliation is a move on the larger board. When your enemy is powerless, your reputation untouchable, and your mind clear, you have won. Without breaking, folding, or revealing how close they came to toppling you. While others play with feelings, you play for keeps. Power is safest when invisible. The most dangerous person in the room is not the loudest or the brightest. It's the one who controls without being seen. Visibility invites envy. Attention invites sabotage. Influence without exposure is invincibility. Stay hidden, be the wind, not the storm. The hand behind the throne, not the face on the banner. Control without credit. Let others wear the crown while you own the kingdom. Let them fight for applause while you quietly shape outcomes. This is how you stay undefeated, by being everywhere and nowhere at once. Influence without ownership. Guide without ties. Win without presence. Let others feel control while you pull the strings. The more independent they think they are, the deeper they serve your plan. This is mastery. The mark of the untouchable. Stop broadcasting your strength. The most powerful moves are unseen. Your enemy cannot block a punch they don't see coming. Invisible means unpredictable. Unpredictable means unstoppable. Silence is your weapon, mystery your shield. Influence from the shadows builds trust because you threaten no ego. People confide in you, rely on you, unaware every step they take is yours to direct. When they watch too closely, your patterns become targets. So withdraw, detach from the need to be seen, praised, validated. Your identity is a mask, your intentions unreadable. The more unpredictable you are, the more chaotic your enemies become. They guess, they falter, they fight shadows. You remain still, calm, in control. Untouchable people don't just win. They make others fall apart trying to understand how. You are not here to impress, you are here to orchestrate. Let others burn under the spotlight's heat. You stay in the dark, cool, calculating. When others rise too fast, they draw fire. You stay low, build foundations no one can shake. Let your name be forgotten, your face unknown, but your impact undeniable. Let every victory be credited to others, as long as you control the board. Be the strategist who never plays all his cards, the master who never reveals his arsenal. Appear weak when strong, appear disinterested when invested. Be underestimated until it's too late. That is domination. Power is best held beyond love or fear. To be untouchable is to control both without being controlled. If this message hit a nerve, don't scroll away. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and prepare to sharpen your mind every week. This isn't just content. It's armor for a world that wants to break you. Strategy for the soul, power for the mind. Stay ahead. Stay dangerous, stay untouchable. The next move always yours. There is a misconception that power is a trophy to be displayed, a title to be claimed, or a crown to be worn. It is none of these. Power is a condition, a state of being that moves invisibly, shaping realities, bending wills, and dictating fates. The truly powerful understand that power is not about control over others. It is control over oneself. Self-mastery precedes all dominion. You must learn to govern your impulses as fiercely as you govern your environment. A tempest contained within is far more terrifying than a storm raging uncontrolled. When your mind is calm, your adversaries tremble. When your emotions are still, your strategy sharpens. The untouchable is first and foremost the master of internal chaos. This mastery requires discipline, a relentless commitment to self-awareness. You must dissect your thoughts and motives without mercy. Question every feeling, every urge, every desire, which serve your ascent, which betray your path. The moment you accept emotions as weaknesses is the moment you begin to transcend them. But make no mistake, this is not denial or suppression. Suppressing emotion is like holding back a river with your hands. It will inevitably break free, stronger and more destructive. Instead, you must transform emotion into fuel. Turn your anger into precision, your fear into calculation, your pain into resilience. Harness these forces. Do not let them harness you. Power thrives in paradox. You must be both present and detached, aggressive and patient, opaque and transparent, but only in ways that benefit you. The illusion of unpredictability is your greatest ally. Predictability invites attack. It creates patterns that your enemies can exploit. When you remain an enigma, they stumble blindly in the dark, unable to anticipate your next move. Strategic opacity is the art of revealing just enough to keep people comfortable or hopeful while hiding the full depth of your intentions. The more others feel they understand you, the more vulnerable you become. Never give anyone the complete script of your mind. Let them read between the lines, but never the whole story. Be wary of those who claim to see through your facade. These individuals are often the most dangerous because they make you question your own armor. They plant doubt, forcing you to reveal cracks you intended to keep hidden. Counter them with greater silence. Let their accusations fall on empty air. They can only dismantle what you allow them to see. Trust is a weapon with two edges. To wield it properly, you must be both generous and ruthless. Offer trust to build leverage, but withdraw it the moment it becomes a liability. Let no one mistake kindness for weakness. Every act of generosity is an investment. Expect returns or be prepared to cut losses swiftly. The untouchable do not cling to loyalty as a concept, but as a currency. They invest in loyalty and withdraw it like a bank loan. People will only stand by you if it benefits them. This is the unvarnished truth of human nature. Accept it, and you gain clarity. Deny it, and you set yourself up for betrayal. Remember, alliances are temporary constructs built on mutual need, not eternal bonds. When the needs disappear, so do the alliances. The wisest never forget this. They plan for the collapse of relationships before it happens and prepare alternatives in advance. Control your narrative fiercely. The stories told about you will define your place in the world far more than any truth. Reputation is a fragile yet powerful weapon. Guard it as you guard your life. Destroy attempts to tarnish it before they gain traction. When you speak, let your words align with the identity you want the world to believe. Never explain yourself. Explanations are admissions of doubt, invitations to argument, and signs of weakness. When you act, do so with clarity and finality. If you must justify, do it only once and without emotion. Let your results speak for themselves. The powerful never feel the need to justify their existence. Master the art of timing. Timing is the invisible thread that weaves together success or failure. A strike delivered too early is wasted effort. A strike delivered too late invites counterattack. Wait for the perfect moment to reveal your hand. Patience in power is not weakness. It is a strategic weapon that separates the masters from the amateurs. To be untouchable is to be patient in a world obsessed with speed. The powerful wait while others rush. They watch while others act impulsively. The world is full of noise, distractions, and chaos designed to exhaust your focus. Your task is to remain centered amidst the storm, to know when to move and when to hold steady. Power demands sacrifice. It requires you to shed illusions of comfort, companionship, and compassion when they threaten your ascent. You may lose friends, face isolation, or endure moments of doubt. These are the prices of sovereignty. Few are willing to pay them, which is why few truly rise. Your greatest battles will not be fought with others but within yourself. The constant negotiation between desire and discipline, fear and courage, pride and humility. This inner war is unending. Your victory here defines your victory everywhere else. Never mistake comfort for security. Comfort is a breeding ground for complacency. Security is an illusion maintained only by constant vigilance. The untouchable do not seek comfort but dominance. They endure hardship and thrive in discomfort because that is where true power is forged. Master the art of disguise. Present yourself differently to different audiences. To those beneath you, appear distant and formidable. To peers, show only what you must to earn respect. To rivals, mask your true intentions behind layers of misinformation. The less others know, the more power you hold. Use language like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Speak with precision and purpose. Words are weapons that can wound or heal. The untouchable choose words that disarm, confuse, or command. Avoid empty chatter. Silence is often the loudest statement. In a world where loyalty is fleeting and truth is malleable, your integrity becomes your currency. But integrity is not kindness. It is consistency in your own code of conduct. You do not bend your principles for approval. You enforce them for survival. The untouchable live by rules they create, not those imposed upon them. Build rituals of power, habits that reinforce your strength daily. Whether it is waking before dawn to plan, practicing silence, or mastering a skill, these rituals create discipline and reinforce identity. Small acts repeated forge the foundation of unshakable power. Beware of sentimentality. It clouds judgment and binds you with invisible chains. Sentimentality makes you nostalgic for past alliances, blind to present threats, and hesitant toward necessary sacrifices. Power requires cold detachment from the past and ruthless focus on the future. Control your emotions like a conductor controls an orchestra. Each feeling must serve a purpose in your symphony of power. Anger may be a sharp crescendo to rally your forces. Calmness a steady baseline to outlast your enemies. Fear a quiet pause to reassess the battlefield. Chaos a sudden flourish to unsettle opponents. Never lose sight of your long game. The world is not a sprint but a marathon of influence and control. Those who burn too bright too fast often burn out and fall. The untouchable conserve energy, build reserves, and strike when the moment is truly ripe. Recognize the subtle forms of attack. Not every threat arrives with a sword. Some come cloaked in smiles, wrapped in flattery, or whispered in rumors. The untouchable see beyond the surface. They recognize envy masquerading as advice, manipulation disguised as concern. They strike preemptively, neutralizing threats before they materialize. To wield power is to command presence. Presence is the energy you emit, a magnetic force that draws respect, fear, or awe. It is shaped by posture, voice, and action. The untouchable cultivate presence with deliberate intention, knowing it often precedes action and determines its success. Guard your thoughts as fiercely as your actions. What you allow into your mind shapes your reality. Filter out noise, doubt, and distractions. Fill your mind with strategy, history, and observation. Your mental landscape must be a fortress that no enemy can breach. Accept that you cannot control everything, but you can control your response. Power lies not in controlling the chaos of the world, but in controlling your reaction to it. This mindset separates victims from victors. In every interaction, ask yourself, what do I gain? Let this question guide your decisions. Let go of actions driven by emotion or habit. Pursue only those that advance your position. Do not seek validation. Validation is a drug that erodes your independence. The untouchable are self-validating. They know their worth without external praise or condemnation. This inner certainty radiates outward, creating an aura of invincibility. Master the art of invisibility in social settings. Move through crowds unnoticed, but always observing. Listen more than you speak. The untouchable gather intelligence quietly. Information is the currency of power. Learn the art of detachment. Detachment does not mean apathy but clarity. It is the ability to see people and events objectively, free from emotional bias. This clarity allows for better decisions and stronger control. Never underestimate the power of appearance. People judge instantly and act based on those judgments. Dress, posture, grooming all communicate messages before you speak. Use this to your advantage to create an impression of authority and control. Cultivate a network of influence. Power is rarely a solitary pursuit. The untouchable build relationships strategically, aligning with those who increase their strength and severing ties with those who drain it. These connections are tools, not crutches. Maintain flexibility in your plans. Rigidity invites failure. Adapt to new information, shifting alliances, and emerging threats. The strongest are those who can change course without losing sight of their ultimate goal. Remember that silence is a form of power. Speak only when your words carry weight. Let silence fill the room and force others to reveal themselves. The untouchable know that what is left unsaid often speaks louder than what is spoken. When confronted with challenges, respond with measured force. Overreaction signals weakness. Underreaction invites further attack. The balance lies in precision enough to assert control, not enough to provoke unnecessary conflict. Recognize that true power requires patience in disguise. Do not rush to conquer but prepare to endure. The landscape of power is a battlefield of attrition, where persistence often outlasts passion. Beware the intoxication of power. It can cloud judgment and breed arrogance. The untouchable stay humble in their strength, aware that the fall is always waiting. This humility keeps them grounded and their strategy sharp. Build your legacy through actions, not words. The untouchable let their results define their narrative. In time, their influence becomes a force that shapes history silently and irrevocably. Never forget that the most profound victories are those won without battle. Influence that bends wills without force is the highest form of power. Master persuasion, negotiation, and subtlety. Finally, understand that the path of the untouchable is lonely by design. It demands sacrifices few can endure. But in that solitude lies the freedom to rule your world without compromise. Embrace this solitude. Let it be your crucible and your sanctuary. For it is only when you stand alone, unbroken, unreadable, untouchable, that you become truly free.